If the reward for being the coolest girl in the room is a sliver of attention from the world's most mediocre men, then I would happily commit to never being chill and never being cool.
Welcome back to Male Choices. Today we're diving into the wild world of modern dating expectations and why so many men are simply saying, "Nah, I'm out." From unrealistic standards to relationship double standards, we're breaking down what's really going on and why men are choosing self-respect and sanity over chaotic relationships. Hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell of notification, and buckle up for some serious insights. You're not going to want to miss this one.
Let's do some girl time here because I have a serious question. How are my girls dating in 2024? Because I am not newly single. It's been almost a year and it's been great. But here are my dilemmas, okay? I don't feel like I leave the house enough for me to just bump into someone at a bar or a club or anything. Like, we don't do that anymore in our 30s. And then I also am like social, but I have to come home and recharge my battery. And I work so much that I'm not out like all the time. No guy is gonna hit on me at the gym because that's like a no-no, right? And then also I swore I would never do a dating app. I hate dating apps, but I decided I might have to do a dating app because I don't go out enough to not have a dating app. So I tried the dating app and it was terrible. Like, I told myself I'd give it 1 month and it was just garbage. So I'm just wondering, like, how are you guys meeting men out here? How are you guys dating out here? How are you finding your husbands out here? Is it through friends? Because my friends are not coming through.
Listen up. Women are battling the very beast they helped create in men. They wanted to be independent, said they didn't need us. And guess what? Men listened. We stepped back, focused on ourselves, built our lives up, and now we're off doing our own thing in peace. But here's the kicker. Now women are mad about it. They're out here asking, where have all the good men gone? Ladies, you told us to leave, remember? Women pushed the idea that men were the problem, that we were toxic. So men wised up. We started investing in careers, hobbies, our mental well-being, leaving behind all the dating drama. And now that we're finally free, they're frustrated, dealing with men who don't chase, don't play games, and aren't bending over backward for validation. They wanted independence. And they got it. Only now, they're struggling with what that means. Men who are done with the games and content, living their own lives. So to all the women wondering where the good men have gone, they're out there, just not in the dating scene you created. Be careful what you wish for because men listened, and now we're gone.
So I've been seeing a lot of posts about like decentering men, and I'm really fascinated by this sort of movement because it's something that I think I've been doing without labeling that for the last like year or so. Once I decided like I'm not going to get married again, I'm not having children, it really called into question like my relation to men at this point. Like, what am I looking for with men, if anything? And it just occurred to me the other night. I was like, when I was in my 20s, I used to spend so much time trying to look good for a man, hoping that one would pick me. Like, I say this out loud, and it makes me laugh because I can't imagine wanting a man to pick me. Like, now it's like, am I gonna pick you? Like, and the answer is most likely there's a 90% chance that no, I will not be picking you because you're probably, as a man, going to take from me and my peace and my happiness in some way. I've had enough experiences with men to see that. I have exactly one male friend who is a very dear friend to me, and he gives, and it's reciprocal, and it is a beautiful friendship, and I will never change it. Well, I can't say never. I mean, things happen, but I just like think about how I would obsess over, like, am I thin enough? Can you see my abs enough? Is my butt big enough? For what? For a mediocre man with unresolved trauma to come into my life and either be violent with me because of his own unresolved issues with women, want me to be his mother, or just drain me of emotional and mental labor because we've taught men to take from women, right? Like, I spent all this time to try to attract a soul sucker. I spent all this time to try to bring that poison into my life. Oh my God, it just blows my mind. It literally makes my head go like, oh my God, And so once I decentered men, and I've seen a lot of posts about this, it's like, I'm not talking about what men are doing. I mean, of course I date and I talk to guys and we chat and this and that, but it's very clear to me early on, like, whether you're in alignment or you're not. And if you're not, we don't talk about it. We don't spend energy. Why this? Why this? Why? It doesn't matter. It either is or it isn't. I know where I'm going. No one's going to distract me from that. No one's going to take away from the capacities, the mental and emotional capacities that I have dedicated to my purpose. No one's going to take away from that. And if you do take away from that, you got to go. You either have to support it and add to it and uplift and help, or you got to go. Because, and we see this so much with women, right? Like, they get married and have kids and all their dreams disappeared. Had to. Because they can't possibly spend the time and energy. We see this with ballerina farms. They can't spend the time and energy towards their own goals while they're expected to take care of their husband. They're expected to take care of their children. And I will be damned if I am another woman with that story. Hail to the no. I'm going to do what I came here on this earth to do, what my purpose is. And again, if you can't be in alignment with that, you got to go. And I am just so in love with that. I'm so in love with that.
Men are catching on. Peace is the new priority. After going through endless drama, games, and emotional roller coasters in modern dating, they're making the choice to walk away from chaos. It's not that men are done with relationships entirely. They're just done with the disrespect and constant stress that come with people who add zero value to their lives. Just like women who focus on themselves after getting burned, men are choosing solitude over settling. They're realizing that if a relationship doesn't bring peace or appreciation, it's not worth their time. Instead, they're channeling their energy into personal goals, hobbies, and the freedom of a drama-free life. Why give up your peace for someone who doesn't respect you? Men are learning to enjoy their own company, and honestly, who can blame them? Sometimes living your best life is about letting go of the people who don't add value and embracing the calm.
There are men out there that will take advantage of you in regards to the things that you can do for them. And I really believe that the less you do for a man, the more that they do for you. Men don't fall in love with you the more that you do for them. This was actually said by my own guy friend. He told me that the girl that he had to work really hard for, the girl that didn't give him much at all to work with, she was very spacey with replies to him. She'd only talk to him very here and there. She would not give anything to him. She would not pay for him. She would not do any of that stuff that I see a lot of girls doing these days. But it made him way more intrigued with her. He was absolutely obsessed with her. He wanted to do more for her because she was doing literally nothing for him at all. Now, counter this with a girl that he met the other day, and she completely liked him immediately, okay? She offered to literally pay for his trip to Vegas for his birthday, and she was just offering all of these things that she could do for him. And what does he do with that? He literally is like, that's cool and all for him, but he was not, like, that did not make him like her more. You know what I mean? And she was a really cool girl, is what he said. But it didn't get him to want to really do anything for her whatsoever. In fact, he told me that he'd honestly would rather be with her just so he can get the most out of this girl. So all I'm telling you is men know that they will not appreciate you as much if you're doing so much things for them, especially if they haven't really earned it, or even then if you are putting them on a pedestal and you're offering all of these things that you can do for them, they don't appreciate you that much. The more you prioritize yourself as a woman and less on that man, the more he will be drawn to you, because that's just how their brains work. And you know what my guy friend said to me as well? He said, Ashley, you need to get the most out of these men. Get the most out of these men, because they know we hold a lot of power. They know that our energy is priceless, and they will do what it takes for the right girl. So promise, you're allowed to ask for whatever the hell you want to ask for. And if someone is not going to do that, someone else will. This is confirmed by my own guy friend. And I asked him, okay, so this girl is doing all this stuff for you, like, does that make you like her? And he's like, no. The girl that I had to work really hard for is way more intriguing to me and way more interesting. That just keeps me on my toes, and I'm like obsessed with this girl. So you need to make these men like obsessed with you. Do less. I promise you'll get way more in return.
This whole chase me game, outdated, manipulative, and honestly, not worth anyone's time. A real relationship is built on mutual respect and equal effort, not one person holding all the cards while the other jumps through hoops. Guys are waking up to this nonsense, No one's out here proving their worth to someone who won't even match basic effort. If she's giving minimal energy, a man who values himself will walk, plain and simple. Women set up this dynamic expecting men to do all the work while they sit back and decide. But here's the reality. Men want reciprocity, clear communication, and someone who respects them. Playing games and acting hard to get only leads to frustration. Equality means matching energy and giving the same respect that you expect in return. The tables have turned. Men are no longer chasing after games or begging for someone's attention. If he's not seeing genuine effort, he'll simply walk away, because he knows his worth. At the end of the day, it's about mutual respect and effort. Anything less, and he's gone.
If women are looking for financially secure men, what in exchange would be of equal value to a man?
There's probably three big primary things from the Christian perspective that we would want. I think that men essentially want peace in their home. This is a big one that people forget about all the time. The best way you can show a man respect is to understand and anticipate the things that he wants before he even knows that he wants them. And the way that that shows respect and the way that that shows that you love him is because if you can anticipate those things, he knows that you're paying attention to him very closely. So you're the focus. And then the third thing is you have to put him above your own needs and your own desires. And number three is the thing that I think women, at least in modernity, fail at the most. Women are trained from birth now how they deserve to be treated. And men are trained from birth how they're supposed to treat women. But nobody is trained from birth for how they're supposed to treat men.
Well put, Andrew. Well put.
It's almost tragic she's missing the basics, especially when so many cultures get this right. Men today are waking up, comparing notes, and realizing that the dating standards some women set are just out of touch. They want the 6-foot millionaire who's as charming as he is wealthy, yet somehow expect him to bow down and put them on a pedestal. Makes no sense, right? Here's the reality check. If women want high-value men, they need to offer genuine respect and appreciation. It's a two-way street. Treat him right and he'll go all in for you. But if they keep chasing this fantasy without a bit of common sense or reciprocity, they'll be left wondering where all the good men went. Men today, they're opting out of the nonsense, and honestly, who can blame them?
What do you want a man to spend on a wedding ring?
$45K.
$45K. What kind of ring does that get you?
A big ass diamond.
What does he get in return for that?
Can you ask her?
How much would you want your man to spend on a ring?
I don't know, like 15, 20K at least.
Why?
'Cause I'm not no cheap bitch. You gotta spend some type of money. But I ain't looking for no money in no relationship. But like, if you're not spending a bag, then it's giving brokies.
Neither one of these girls deserve $45,000 on a ring. You literally cannot make this shit up. It's the land of the make-believe, the land of delusion, Delulu Island, whatever you want to call it, man. There's men that are stupid enough to fall in this trap. Believe me on that. Oh, but I can spend it. Homie, you gotta give a woman who would marry you if you bought her $100 ring. It's not about the price of the ring. It's about the marriage. It's about the vows. It's about, oh, well, this person's the person I want to spend the rest of my fucking life with. You guys out here, women that don't respect you, don't care about you, all they care about is the status of being with you. Smarten up. Men need to be smarter. You are causing your own problems. Stay cool out here, man. Pick and choose wisely. It's a cold game you're playing.
All right, here's the truth bomb. These girls are out here thinking they're worth every penny a man can drop on them just because they're cute. They're convinced they're entitled to a guy with a fat wallet to fund their luxury lifestyle. Reality check. A woman who truly cares about you isn't calculating the price tag on her ring or sizing up your bank account. She's into who you are as a person. But these days, that kind of woman? Rare. These girls are caught up in some endless flex game, showing off to their friends like it's a competition. They're not looking for love, they're looking for status. They're not in it for connection. They're in it to win some invisible race that's got no finish line. And guess what? It's exhausting. No man with a shred of self-respect wants to deal with that. They've traded substance for materialism, chasing cash and clout instead of anything real, and wondering why they're still empty inside. And men? They're wising up. They're walking away because who needs the headache of someone only interested in what they can leech financially? So, yeah, these girls are stuck in a cycle of their own making. Until they get that respect and love are what actually matter.
Is this what's wrong with dating in midlife? My female friends, they all say the same thing. that they're looking for a man who's a leader, who communicates, who's intentional, and who's a deep thinker and that can conversate. They just want to feel important and prioritized. And then I speak to my male friends at midlife and they want flexibility. They don't want to be controlled. They don't want to feel smothered. They want freedom. So I just don't see how the two can come together, because you have women who basically want to feel important and prioritized and togetherness and deep conversation and thoughtfulness. And then you have men who want freedom, less control, more spontaneity, more flexibility. And the two worlds are just really, really hard to merge, and that both people feel like they're getting their needs met. Am I wrong or am I right? Like, is this what the theme is of men in midlife and what they're looking for and need? And as a woman, is that what you're looking for and what you need? Because I truly believe that this is what's making dating so hard in midlife and why there is so much conflict and why both parties seem unsatisfied in dating in midlife.
If women say they want a leader, the real question is, are they willing to be led? Men aren't looking for someone to micromanage their life, boss them around, or turn every day into some power struggle. We want peace, a true partner, someone to build with, not drama and constant control. Men have wised up. We know life's too short to waste on endless games and back-and-forth nonsense. And that's why more men are looking overseas for traditional partners. Women who get what it means to build something real, who value family, respect, and aren't just in it for the flash. The truth is, men want mutual respect, not someone treating life like a constant battlefield. So, if you're looking for a leader, ask yourself if you're ready to follow or if you're too focused on trying to be in charge. Men are done with the games. We're here for something real.
No, because I'm actually fucking confused. Are you lot gay or am I fucking ugly? Because why on earth am I still single? And I know it's not the latter.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's the attitude and the yelling and the screaming. Men are getting a glimpse of what they're going to be dealing with when they date you or when they marry you. You know, it's a cold world out here. You know, no man out here wants to come home to that. No man wants to come home to a woman nagging and screaming and bitching and moaning, and that's what you're going to get with someone like this, home. I tell you guys all the time the importance of who you choose, man. It's one of the most important choices we have in life is the woman that we choose to be with. And it breaks my heart that there are men out here that have to. You know, there are men out here that have made choices that they shouldn't have made years ago, and this is what their reality has come to, man, you know, and just do me a favor, man, before you date in 2024, ask yourself this one question. What does this woman offer me? You out here and you dealing with a woman who screams and yells at you, is that really what you want to be dealing with, homie? You want peace. If you don't have peace, you have nothing. Stay cold out here, man. Find a purpose, find a mission, find God, and let him guide you to that right one.
This right here shows exactly why so many men are staying single. Her attitude, prime example of the drama and negativity men are tired of. Who wants to come home to a stress fest, where the day's peace turns into complaints and shouting? That's not a partnership, it's a headache. Men are smartening up, realising that pouring their energy into something worthwhile, like adopting a rescue dog, is a much better investment. Dogs bring loyalty, companionship, and don't give you grief when you walk in the door. They're full of unconditional love, something that's getting rarer in modern relationships. Men can find real joy without the drama that comes with dating, and it's a win-win. So, to all the guys out there, focus on the things that bring you peace. Maybe welcome a furry friend into your life. You'll get the loyalty and happiness you're looking for.